Hello, this is another science video. Guess what? I found a levitating thing like my desktop toy. It works exactly like the one that I have, so you already know I'm actually in good spirits about something for once. It doesn't always have to be me debunking something. Sometimes I need to bunk something. Prepare to be bunked.
Ever wonder what would happen if you install?
You can escape to this side, because since it repels in all forms, you have to try to repel
Hold on.
two.
Professional videos. Unlike me.
Hello, friends of YouTube. Today I'm going to show you how to build a horizontal levitron. It's very simple. There are many of them on the internet, so we're going to take advantage of it to show you. The materials we're going to need are 6 magnets of this type, like the ones in speakers.
Okay, the first thing that I have to tell you, you do not need 6 magnets. I have this exact same thing. I literally have one. So I'm not even, this is not a bit. Hi, I don't have lights on. Whoops. Okay, so let's bring this to the kitchen where there's more light. So what is this? This is a little thing. It has normally 2 magnets in it. I've lost one of them, but that doesn't change the fact that it works. Inside the base of this are just 2 other magnets. No electronics, nothing. And all that happens is that if you had the magnet in, for example, the back half of it, you'd see it levitating. The thing that this is not helping the case, but the basic thing about this is, again, just like his machine, it has this wall that it presses up against, right? And then it just sits there, and you couldn't spin it just like he does. And I don't think it has, I don't know how many magnets are underneath, really, to be honest. It could be that there are 2 here and 2 here, but generally it does that, and it pushes. So let me explain by opening it why it does not levitate. I don't know. Okay, so inside you have one of these magnets. I'll try not to put it next to my phone. It's the exact same magnet like he has, only smaller. It doesn't have to be big. It can work like this. The problem happens when you have the wrong orientation on the magnet, perhaps. So I have it in backwards. Yeah, no, I had it correct. The problem happens when you don't have both of them. It's hard for it to levitate. I really hate that I don't have a fully working one of these, but basically I put the magnet in the front one. If it was in the back, it would also have higher levitative support there. But basically it rotates and things like this. It does work. It just, I wish I found the other magnet. That being said, I tell you wholeheartedly, this guy is on the level when he talks about this. It's not a hoax. There are no batteries. This is stationary magnets. You can make this at home. The thing about it, again, it works best with probably round magnets. I don't think it's hard to get one of these toys. It's just the application of, like, the use of this type of levitator thing is very limited. Like, it's just something that is good for a toy. This video is 11 years old, so you can tell that about it. We're going to just shrink my camera down and continue to watch this video.
In this case, I got them from a magnetron, from a microwave.
Right.
This is the magnetron, and here it has two magnets, one on each side.
So, classically, a magnetron in a microwave, from what I understand, or from what I think I have seen, is that it's coil windings instead of these round magnets. But regardless of where the magnets came from, I just 100% know that this works already. The question is it useful?
In other words, when you find a microwave that you're not using, don't throw it away, as I always tell you, because it has many applications, many things you need for experiments.
If he doesn't give you a warning about opening up microwaves so that you have these kinds of parts, I'm warning you right now, don't do this unless you know exactly what you're doing. You have to take the extra energy that's still stored in one of these, any of these components of a microwave, and you got to dissipate it somehow. Like some wire leading to ground or some shit. And don't electrocute yourself out there. Like any hobbyist will tell you about that type of thing. But let's
So with this, we have this
neglect
type of
that.
ceramic magnet that is also
I'm
quite
not worried
powerful.
about that part. Although it's definitely bad if he doesn't say
We're going to
that.
need 6 of them, and we're going to glue 2 of them together so that when you try to put them together, they separate.
There's something about the
In
orientation
other
of the
words, the
magnetic
like poles
fields.
that repel each other must be on the same side.
Very important, because literally I tried twisting it the other way and it
On the other
sticks
side,
right down.
we do exactly the
Just
same
like
thing,
his
and then we
example
glue
that's
the 4
going
magnets with
to come
silicone
up.
glue,
It
with
happened to
whatever we
mine.
have on hand. Then we're going to take a pen. And for example, I used a dowel that washing machine motors use to pass the pin that holds the motor through as a debugging tool.
Just a mechanism of holding the thing.
It goes in right there and then goes in right here. The pen would go in right here.
Yeah.
If you can't get these dowels,
Of course, nowadays what we would say is you can just 3D print some parts, screw them together, and hold it all in the thing. Or like mine, have a 3D printed or plastic part that you just put on surrounding it so that you don't use like a pen. Like this is hollow inside, it's just plastic. So like, yeah, you there are easier solutions nowadays. But I mean, neat craft idea using a pen.
of course, because I have them, you can do the same by cutting a slice of pork or a bottle cap and making a hole in it with a drill bit and also using it in the same way to insert it from the center so that it stays like this. If it's too loose, by wrapping a bit of paper tape or electrical tape around it, you'll give the pen more volume and it'll fit just right.
It doesn't really matter what type of tape. The point is that you're making.
And that's how you can do this that we have here.
The point is that you're making something that'll hold them like straight relative to each other and at a distance, like barbells. But also, please make sure that they're directed in the right uh, orientation. Otherwise, yes, it will. I could literally pull the magnet out myself and show you, yeah, it'll just fall right down, and keep these away from your videotapes.
As usual on Canal El Angelito, we're going to send a greeting to the first person to comment on a previous video, and it's Angel Cañizales from Latam.
So if you're wondering why it's able to freely spin like that, it's because the magnetic field, no electromagnet, there's no battery in mine. I'm going to be very clear about that. It's just standard magnets. The same kind of stuff that when you can experience this yourself at home. In fact, I can show you with magnets that I have right here. Anyone has these. Where really fancy. I've got these magnets. Anyway, so when you have opposite, it repels, right? The same ones attract and opposite repels. So when you got it so that it's both north or both south, they don't like each other. North-south likes each other, and that's because the magnetism likes to flow. So when you have opposing flows, either both in or both out, they don't like each other, so they like to flow in the same direction. That's why you want a north-south connection. So that's why this levitator works. Very simple, basic process. Any fridge magnet can do this, really. You don't have to have the round ones like he has. Although it makes it a little bit easier. And these are neodymium magnets. They're really strong in that. So like when I have, for example, this pushing away, like it really wants to orient proper. Like I can push them together because these aren't really big, so they don't have a lot of force, but they have a lot of force for their size. So like they could push around some paper or whatever. That's what they're meant for. But the point is that you could do the same thing with whatever size neodymium magnets that you have and make a big levitator. And then you can levitate a car. And then if you put if you had, here's the thing, right? People talk about levitating cars. They don't think about how you could just